Students, let us start phylum Coelenterata, that is Cnidaria. Okay, see, in the last video we studied about phylum Porifera. So let us start phylum Coelenterata. Now see, both of these animals is cylindrical or umbrella like. So both the Coelenterata and Cnidaria, both of these animals, they are cylindrical, cylinder shape, or they are like umbrellas. If it is cylindrical, then we call it as polyp, and if it is umbrella like, then it's called as medusa. Most of these animals are marine, only few are freshwater dwellers. So most of the animals, okay, they live in sea water, that is saline water, and only few are freshwater dwellers, that is they live in lakes, rivers and all, like hydra. So hydra is a freshwater dweller. Now see, both body of these animals is radially symmetrical and diploblastic. So the body is symmetrical. How symmetrical? It is radially symmetrical and diploblastic. So they are having two layers, that is ectoderm and endoderm. Now diploblasts bearing tentacles are present around the mouth. Okay, so around the mouth there are tentacles. So see, you can see the tentacles in sea anemone, isn't it? See, these are the tentacles. This is the mouth. So near the mouth, tentacles are present. See, tentacles are useful for capturing the prey, whereas cnidoblast inject the toxin in the body of prey. Now see, these tentacles which are there, okay, they help to capture the prey. Now if the prey comes near this tentacles, so what are these tentacles going to do? They are going to capture the prey, okay, with the help of this tentacles. And this cnidoblast which is there, okay, yes, they are going to inject the toxin in the body of prey. So what will happen if this toxin is injected in the body of prey? The prey will get paralyzed, isn't it? Yes, so then this tentacles can easily capture the prey. Those are useful for protection too. They are helpful for protecting also. Now see, examples are hydra, adamsia, that is sea animal, physalia, that is Portuguese man of war, aurelia, jellyfish, and corals, etc. Okay, now see, do you know bath sponge? Okay, so this in the figure you can see, this is the bath sponge. This is black colored and somewhat round shaped animal. Okay, so this is black color. You can see in the picture it is black color. Okay, and it is somewhat round shaped animal also. Its body is mainly made up of fibers of a protein spongin, and due to this they have good water holding capacity. So what happens? See, they are made up of fibers. Okay, fibers means what? Thread like. Now they are mainly made of fibers of a protein spongin. So the spongin which is there, okay, those are made up of proteins, and because of this they are having good capacity to hold water. So what will happen if you keep it in the water? This is going to absorb the water. Now it was used for bathing during old days. So this was used for bathing in the olden days. Besides, it was also used for manufacturing of pillows and cushions. So this because it is spongy, so this was used for making pillows also and cushions also. These were also used as wetting material for sticking postal stamps and counting the currency notes. So this type of material, they are used for wetting. When you want to count the notes. They stick to each other, no? Currency notes. So if you want to count it fast, what you do? You wetten the sponge, and with the help of sponge you wetten your fingers, and because of this you will be easily able to count the currency notes. And it is used for sticking postal stamps also. Now see, let us see a small video clip regarding this Coelenterata. Okay, so if it is an animated film, you will be able to understand it better, isn't it? Now see in this, before showing you the video clip, see Hydra, let us see the figure. Okay, so you can see this Hydra. Okay, these are the tentacles. This diagram is important. Okay, that is why I am telling you. This is the mouth, this is the body of Hydra, this is the testes, ovary. So both testis and ovary are, that is both male and the female reproductive organs are present in one only. Okay, then so for sexual reproduction, the testes and ovary are going to be useful. And then see, for new bud is formed over here. You can see, wait, I will rub this so that you will be able to see it properly. Now see, you can see this new bud formed, isn't it? Yes. So this is bisexual means, isn't it? Now, okay. So now let me show you the video clip. Now let us see this clip, okay?
Coelenterata. The second phylum is Coelenterata or Cnidaria. This phylum includes diverse forms such as jellyfish, corals, and sea anemones.
See, that jellyfish is looking like umbrella,
Coelenterates
isn't it?
are mostly marine, except for Hydra, which is a freshwater form. They may be sedentary or free swimming. The word coelenterate means hollow gut. Coelenterates are radially symmetrical, and their body has 2 or 3 layers, a gastrovascular cavity and a single opening that serves as both mouth and anus, which is usually surrounded by tentacles.
See, mouth and anus is one only over here, okay?
Coelenterates possess special stinging cells called cnidocytes or cnidoblasts, which help in food capture, defense mechanism, and an adhesion in case of sessile coelenterates.
So you know this cnidoblast which is there, okay? It is going to, that means they are made up of special type of stinging cells, okay? So these are going to sting the prey, and therefore it will be easy to capture the prey, and it is going to help in defense mechanism also. Means what? It can defend itself, okay, because of the stinging cells, and also in adhesion in case of sessile coelenterates. Means if it wants to stay in one place, okay, then if it that is, if it wants to attach to some place, then it helps in adhesion also.
Coelenterates are carnivorous and exhibit both extracellular digestion, that is, in the gastrovascular cavity, as well as intracellular digestion, that is, inside the nutritive cells of endodermis. In coelenterates, the processes such as respiration and excretion occur by simple diffusion. The nervous system in coelenterates is primitive and consists of a diffuse net of nerve cells.
So respiration and excretion, okay, it occurs just by simple diffusion. It just goes in and comes out. So just diffusion method of respiration and excretion.
The soft body of coelenterates may be naked or supported by calcareous exoskeleton or endoskeleton. Many coelenterates exhibit polymorphism, That is, they exist in two different body forms, a polyp and a medusa. A polyp is a tubular body form which is usually sessile, while a medusa is an umbrella-shaped, free-swimming body form. Polyp represents asexual phase,
So
while a
polyp is
medusa
cylindrical
is a
and
sexual
medusa
stage
is
in a
umbrella-like.
cylinderate's
You can
life
see.
cycle. A polyp gives rise to medusa by asexual reproduction, by budding, and a medusa produces polyps by sexual reproduction, in which the fertilized egg develops into a ciliated free-swimming planular larva. This is known as alternation of generations or metagenesis. Phylum Coelenterata is divided into three classes.
Now
Class
this is not there
Hydrozoa
for you, but just for
Class
information you can
Glyphozoa
see this.
and Class Anthozoa. Class Hydrozoa consists of all coelenterates with polyps as a dominant body form.
Polyps,
Medusa are either
cylindrical.
reduced
See.
or absent in hydrozoans. Examples of the same are Hydra, Obelia, Physelia, Popita.
So I'm sure you must have understood it and you must have enjoyed seeing this also, isn't it? Now see, phylum Platyhelminthes. Now body of these animals is slender and flat like a leaf or strip. So body of these animals, they are slender, means they are quite thin, okay, and flat like a leaf or strip, okay. It's very flat, okay. It looks like a leaf or a strip. Hence, they are called as flat worms. That is why they are called as flat worms. You can see leaf-like body. Okay. Then see, most of these animals are endoparasites. Endoparasites means what? They are living inside the body of the host. Few are free living and aquatic. So most of the animals, they are endoparasites, but few they are free living, means they are not dependent on any other host, and some are aquatic also, they live in the water. Now body is acoelomate and bilaterally symmetrical. So how is the body? It is acoelomate, and the symmetry, how is the symmetry? Bilaterally symmetrical. These are triploblastic, three layers, that is their body is made up of three germ layers: ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. So they are made up of three germ layers, okay. Now these animals are hermaphrodite, that is male and female reproductive systems are present in the same animal body. So what happens over here? Both the male and the female reproductive systems, okay, they are present in the same animal body, and that is why such type of animals which are having the male and the female reproductive system in one only, in the same body, they are called as hermaphrodite. This is very important word, okay. You should remember this. What is hermaphrodite? See these three words, okay: triploblastic, acoelomate, endoparasites. All this you should know. So these animals are hermaphrodite, that is male and female reproductive systems are present in the same animal body. Examples are planaria, liver fluke, tapeworm, etc. So which are the examples in the figure? You can see over here liver fluke, okay. Then see tapeworm and planaria, okay. So these are the examples of the animals in phylum Platyhelminthes. Now this diagram also you should know, okay. Yes, see liver fluke, this is a mouth, okay. Then there is near the mouth only there is a oral sucker, means what? Which can suck. Okay. Then there is genital aperture. Okay. Yes, over here. Then ventral sucker is there over here. See, this is the oral sucker and this is the ventral sucker. Then the body which is there, it is leaf like. Okay. Now you can see the tapeworm over here. See, this is the tapeworm. It looks like a tape, isn't it? So it's called as tapeworm. Then this is the planaria. You have studied this planaria in regeneration, isn't it? So if you cut into fragments, what is going to happen? Each fragment is going to grow into a new planaria. So a good regenerative system is present in this, right? Okay. Now see, surprising information. Coral reefs are present in oceans. These reefs are actually colonies of specific cnidarians. Okay. Now see, this coral reef. Okay. Yes, they are present where they are present in the oceans. And see, this reef which is there, they are actually present in the colonies. Okay, of specific cnidarians. That means they are not present in single, they are always present in the colonies. A precious stone called coral, okay, povla, and the coral powder, okay, that is the praval bhasma used in Ayurveda is derived from these reefs. Okay, now see this precious stone which is there called as coral, okay, that is the povla, and the coral powder, both of this, okay, they are this coral powder which is there, this is used in Ayurveda, okay, and it is derived from these reefs. Naturally it might be having some medicinal value, isn't it? And okay, you can collect more information about these corals from internet. Okay. Now let us see a small video clip regarding this Platyhelminthes. I'm sure you are enjoying this video clips, isn't it? Because by seeing this you enjoy, that is, you will be able to understand also. Okay, let us see this Platyhelminthes clip now.
Platyhelminthes. The third phylum is Platyhelminthes, which includes flatworms, which are unsegmented bilaterally symmetrical worms. Flatworms show a definite level of organization. They are the first and the simplest organisms having an organ system. Flatworms do not have a definite skeleton, but have a cuticle which protects their bodies. Flatworms have a highly branched cut with a mouth, but the anus is absent. A muscular suctorial pharynx is present for taking in the food. Flatworms mark the beginning of cephalization. Cephalization is the development in the head region of light-sensitive organs called ocelli. For example, planaria have eye spots at the anterior end. Non-parasitic flatworms respire through their body's surface, while parasitic worms are mostly anaerobes. Parasitic flatworms bear organs of adhesion such as hooks, suckers, and spines. In flatworms, the central nervous system consists of a head ganglion connected to nerve cords which are interconnected across the body by transverse nerve connections. Excretion and osmoregulation in flatworms is controlled by the flame cells. Flame cells beat incessantly, resembling a flickering flame, and are hence called flame cells. Most flatworms can reproduce sexually or asexually. They are hermaphrodites, that is, both sexes are present in the same individual, except in the case of planarians, which are monoecious. The development may be direct, where eggs hatch into small tiny worms that resemble the adult, or it may be an indirect development, where the eggs hatch into ciliated larval forms. Phylum Platyhelminthes is further divided into 3 classes: Turbellaria, Trematoda, and Cestoda. Class Turbellaria includes non-parasitic and aquatic flatworms which possess a great power of regeneration. An example of the same is Planaria. These worms are commonly known as flukes. Examples of this class are Fasciola hepatica and sheep liver fluke. Flatworms which belong to the 3rd class, that is, Cestoda, are known as tapeworms. All tapeworms are internal parasites. At the anterior end of their body, the scolex, they have suckers and hooks for effective anchoring to host tissues. A good example of this category is Taenia. The most primitive flatworms resemble the planula larva of coelenterate in their structural organization. Majority of flatworms are endoparasites and cause diseases in humans, sheep, goats, dogs, and other domesticated animals.
Because they live inside the body, they are endoparasites, and that is why they cause diseases. We'll see some coral reef also.
Coral reefs. Their bright, vivid colors can be seen in tropical ocean waters around the globe. Beyond their brilliant appearance lies a hidden significance. Coral are animals. Though they may look like colorful plants, coral are in fact made up of tiny animals called polyps. These invertebrates can range from the size of a pinhead to a bit larger than a basketball. Each polyp consists of a soft sac-like body topped by a mouth covered in stinging tentacles. To protect their soft bodies and add support, the polyps secrete limestone skeletons or calicles. Corals are megabuilders.
See how
Polyp
colorful they
calicles
are.
connect to one another, creating a colony that acts as a single organism. As colonies grow over hundreds and thousands of years, they join with other colonies and become reefs that can grow to hundreds of miles long.
See how
The
long they
largest
have grown.
coral reef is Australia's Great Barrier Reef, which began growing about 20,000 years ago. Coral reefs are some of the most diverse ecosystems on Earth.
They live in colonies, remember.
Though they cover less than 1% of the ocean floor. Coral reefs are home to 25% of all marine creatures. It's been estimated that up to 2 million species inhabit coral reefs, rivaling the biodiversity of the rainforest. The reefs provide rich habitat that helps protect young fish as they grow. Coral are translucent. Coral reefs get their rainbow of colors from algae or zooxanthellae that live in their tissue. Though corals use their tentacles to capture some food, most of their food comes from the algae they house. When coral becomes stressed by pollution or other factors, they evict their algae. Coral bleaching results, revealing corals' white skeletons.
This is interesting, isn't it? I'm sure
Coral
you are
provide a
enjoying
window
seeing
to
this.
the past. coral grow, their limestone skeletons form layers, similar to tree rings, that vary in composition and thickness based on ocean conditions at the time. With some coral reefs growing for thousands or even millions of years, scientists can study these layers to reveal what the Earth's climate may have been like in the ancient past. Unfortunately, climate change is putting coral's future in danger, along with the millions of species that inhabit the reefs and the 500 million people that rely on reef fish for food. Warming waters result in prolonged coral bleaching that kill coral reefs or leave them vulnerable to other threats. Without significant action on climate change, our oceans could lose many of their colorful reefs by the end of the century.
So the next one is Astilminthus. Okay, so let us continue that in the next video.